The suspect leaned inside his vehicle, possibly searching for something. It was clear to Ford he was about to be robbed or carjacked. This was when Ford decided he wasn't about to let a random robber get his way with him and did something that would ultimately cost him his life. In this case, the good guy managed to get the first shot off and successfully strike his target. The suspect fell to the ground. Pulling out his handgun, he started shooting blindly at Ford. Although Ford tried defending himself, he was shot in the head. Thursday, March 31st, 2022 was supposed to be a normal night in St. Paul before volleys of gunfire echoed through the north end. Police learned one of the shooters was legally carrying concealed and initial info. Said there had been dozens of rounds.
Hold on, because if we pulling up to a blackout, we better have ours on us. If we pulling up to a blackout, we gotta have a little bit of protection.
Fired. 21-year-old Dion Ford, with a lawful permit to carry, was lying on the ground with his firearm in his hand.
Where he at?
Ford was an ex-Central High School basketball and football player who had helped his team win 22 matches, including tough ones against Minneapolis North. After graduating from Central High, Ford played passionately and participated in junior college in North Dakota and Wyoming. He pursued an engineering major at Augsburg University in Minneapolis. Ford was a bright child, and naturally people around him, including his
he was gonna get that bag regardless.
Coaches, parents, and colleagues had high hopes for him and his promising future. His friends organized multiple charity drives to honor his life, while the community launched the Dion Ford Scholarship to help aspiring athletes like Ford in their careers. Yet, one question remained. Who killed this young man?
So
Let's go back to the Maryland supermarket on Thursday, March 31st, when two men were suspiciously following Ford. Detectives got their first break in the case when they found Ford on security camera footage from the market, near where he was shot. Ford went inside a nearby restaurant with the two suspects who followed him inside the market, still hot on his trail. Their intentions became all too clear when Ford walked over to his Chevy Cobalt on the street outside, and one of the suspects followed from behind. He initially started talking to Ford lightly. However, the CCTV footage showed that his hand was inside his pocket.
Where Dion at?
Shortly after, Ford backed away.
Okay, Dion got the orange pants. I don't see nobody with orange pants.
It showed that his hand was inside his pocket. Shortly after, Ford backed away. The suspect leaned inside his vehicle, possibly searching for something. It was clear to Ford he was about to be robbed or carjacked. This was when Ford decided he wasn't about to let a random robber get his way with him and did something that would ultimately cost him his life. In this case, the good guy managed to get the first shot off and successfully strike his target. Unfortunately, that would not be the end of the story. The suspect fell to the ground. Pulling out his handgun, he started shooting blindly at Ford. Although Ford tried defending himself, he was shot in the head.
That's crazy, bro. So he blinked first. Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. CashKick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said CashKick.com is free to use, so they will never, ever, ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to cashkick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you. He blinked first and dude fell, hit the ground, and then start blinking wildly and end up hitting him in the head. That's crazy, bro. Do your homework on crazy. I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like in a situation, no matter what people be trying to say, and I know you might have to deal with legal problems and shit like that, but the way my brain works, if I'm in a situation where I pull out my blick and then I feel like I'm about to pull, I know I'm about to pull the trigger, like I have to, because folks on some weird, like, you know what I'm saying, something like that. When I hit him one time, I'm not going to stop. Like, you feel me? I'm not gonna stop until you stop moving. Just like the popo, don't move. Put your hands up, bop. Stop moving. Put your hands up, bop. You feel me? Because of stuff like this, bro. And it turns out that the robber, it don't even sound like the robber lost his life, but the innocent man lost his life, bro. It's crazy.
Bruh. Ford instantly fell to the ground and lost consciousness. Damn. As if that wasn't enough for the suspect, he shot Ford an additional 13 times.
See? And he playing by some rules where it's like, you know, because Dion probably thinking like, let me get this thing up off me, bro. I'm scared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bop! Oh, he on the floor. And by the time he hit the floor, he already pulled his pipe out and now he blicking. He just popped you 13 times. Hey, I'm not giving you the chance, shorty. I'm going to pop you 13 times. Do your homework.
As Ford lay there lifeless, a Chevrolet Cruze stopped nearby and outwalked a man who then fired more shots at Ford, while the suspect was being helped back into the Chevy Cruze. At 9:15 p.m., Ramsey County authorities received multiple calls from Maryland Avenue with the same information.
So somebody got pulled up, the dude he was with pulled up and hit him more times.
There was a male bleeding to death in front of them. Ford's body was lying in between the Maryland Market and a restaurant when the police arrived. Right. While the suspect was being helped back into the Chevy Cruze, Ford was surrounded by multiple shell casings, which suggested that there had been a prolonged exchange of gunfire. Yeah. According to the report,
and the keys was right here.
Was being helped back into the Chevy Cruze.
The keys was in his hands, so I don't think...
by multiple shell casings, which suggested that there had been a prolonged exchange.
I think the person who passed away, them Chevy keys. I think he didn't have his key, like he was going to the car. He didn't have his keys in the ignition, otherwise I'm pretty sure he would have probably popped him and dashed up out of there, you know?
Of gunfire. According to the report, witnesses said they heard 20 to 40 consecutive gunshots before they called 911. Medical assistance promptly arrived at the scene, and at 9:28 p.m., just 15 minutes later, Ford was pronounced dead. The officers stopped the Cruze from escaping and found the injured suspect inside, who was transported to Regions Hospital due to his critical condition.
Oh, so she was trying to get him to the hospital because he got hit up too.
The officers also searched the vehicle for any weapons, but they didn't find any.
Hell no.
They say both men pulled guns out of their pockets and started shooting at each other. And according to the criminal complaint, when they arrived on the scene, they found the men on the ground. Witnesses reported hearing 20 to 40 shots. Police say they found a permit to carry in Ford's wallet. Yep. He had a gunshot wound to the head and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say Ford was already on the ground when Bell shot 13 more times at his lifeless body. Ford's death is sending shockwaves to the youth sports community.
On April 4th.
But the crazy part about it now, if Dion Ford, if he would have whipped out and popped him 13 times, then when the police came, they would have looked at him like the suspect. You know what I'm saying? He would have had to prove why, and that's the messed up part about it. But it's like, for me, I'm gonna take my chances, shorty, because I'm not pulling this pipe out to play games with you, folks. I'm not pulling this pipe out to take you to the hot. Like, honestly, gang, if I pull this pipe out, I'm trying to end your life, like real deal, Holyfield. I'm trying to get you up out of there, like dead. Like, cause if I'm in a life-threatening situation, that's the only time I'm gonna pull mine out. So if I pull mine out, it's because I'm in fear for my life, and I'm on God. It's gonna be you rather than me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I walk away. And they're gonna have to have listen, it's about your mama crying and my mama crying. I didn't come messing with you. You can't fucking with me. You feel me? That's the way I think, though. And if I gotta go, unfortunately, as messed up as it sounds, if I gotta go spend $500,000 and sit in jail for 2 years, God forbid, you know what I'm saying? I pray to God nothing like this ever happened. But if I gotta go do that for with a chance of coming out, I'd rather do that than be on the other side and be in the ground, folks.
2022. Ramsey County authorities issued an arrest warrant for 21-year-old D'Angelo Dampier, the carjacker's accomplice who pulled up on the shooting scene and fired more rounds at Ford. Dampier revealed that the Chevrolet Cruze belonged to his girlfriend Vivian, who drove Dampier and his brother, 23-year-old Xavion Tyrese Bell, to the supermarket.
So he drove him there, and he was with his brother, and he wanted to rob something. He seen bro. I don't be knowing what they finna rob, because bro didn't look rich at all. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just like, you know how slow you gotta be to rob a nigga that look like you? He don't got no watch on his hand. You didn't see no 20,000 in his pocket, or 2,000, or 500. This nigga got a wallet, $15, and some car keys, bro, and a phone. What the hell you robbing?
You guys get out, you go into the store first, right? And then you go to the restaurant.
Yep.
And then you run into this other gentleman that was involved in this. Do you know his name? You don't know? Okay. All right. His name was Mr. Ford. Dion? Do you know Dion Ford?
No.
Have you ever seen him before?
No, but I just figured out who he hangs around. So.
Okay, all right.
When asked about Ford, Dampier said he didn't know who he was or why they were following him. He also claimed that Bell didn't know Ford before the incident.
And some of the things I find you being very truthful, and some things you're not being truthful about. Now remember, I watched a lot of video. Okay? And you run back to the car because why?
I heard the shot.
Okay. So what does shots mean to you? I mean,
I don't know, it's just like, I felt something in I just felt a weird feeling. Because I didn't know who was getting shot at or who was shooting. I just had that feeling. It's like my body told me to go back to the store. And that's when I seen them two laid out on the floor. So I helped my brother up. I told her to help me call somebody to do something, trying to take him to the hospital. And told me he couldn't move or nothing. And yeah.
Okay. So you had a weird feeling. Because generally when you hear shots fired in the neighborhood, which I'm sure you do, you don't run towards them, do you?
No. It depends if one of my homies or it's one of my brothers is in that spot, I'm going to go back. But if it's like all my people with me, I'm not going to go back. I don't care.
Okay. So he hands you a gun or a phone?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And what do you do with that object? You put it in your sweatshirt, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the plan with that object? What are you going to do with it? Try to protect your brother?
I guess so.
Did you ever hide it in the car, or you always kept it in your sweatshirt?
No, I took it.
Okay, you took it with you.
I don't know.
What did you do with that gun?
I don't really remember. I either tossed it or, I don't know, somebody took it from me while I put it down or some shit like that. Because I went to the house that night. And
What house did you go to?
My house.
Your house? Is it still at the house?
No. That's what I'm saying. My shoes is gone. Some people went in there and took all my shit.
What? He just making it up as he go. He ain't making no sense right now, folks. He said I either threw it or somebody stole it when I put it down. What? So you just admitted that you had a blick. You admitted that you came over here with the blick, and you admitted that you had it in your hand to the point where you either put it down or threw it. But if I hear shots and I look down the street and I see my brother on the floor, or I come over there and I see my brother on the floor, and I got my pipe in my hand, the last thing I'm doing is throwing it. Do your homework. Unless I pop somebody 13 times and I ain't want the post. Like, he need to shut the fuck up. He telling on himself. And this all he gonna hear. FBI, open up! All for the rest of his life, he gonna hear that every goddamn morning. For them gray.
The investigator then asked what Dampier did when he saw his brother lying on the ground, to which he responded, "Right hand to God, I shot." Dampier initially told the police that he shot 5 to 6 times, but he later confessed that he emptied his entire 9mm when he reached the scene. Towards the end, Dampier expressed his frustration at how Ford was being made out to be the innocent citizen who tragically died, and they are being blamed as murderers. After a thorough investigation, Dampier was charged with possessing a firearm, aiding a criminal and second-degree murder on March 31st, alongside illegal possession of a gun.
So he ain't get charged for the murder?
On February 1st, 2023,
the other dude did.
Justice was finally served as Ramsey County Judge Andrew Gordon sentenced Dampier, the second shooter, to 25 years imprisonment. The state had initially requested 367 months, which would have been the maximum under state sentencing guidelines, while Dampier asked the judge for 15 years.
Damn,
However,
imagine being in, oh my God. Can you imagine being in a courtroom and you begging the judge to give you 15? You begging for 15, bro. Like, that's crazy.
The judge
15?
denied both demands, saying he held Bell, the first shooter, more responsible for the incident.
Right.
Bell's brother is already behind bars for his role in the murder.
So he
Back
found out
in February,
first
a jury found D'Angelo Dampier guilty of several counts, including aiding and abetting second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Bell's plea deal also required him to enter guilty pleas in 2 other cases for a total of 5 first-degree aggravated robbery convictions.
Oh, so you got, so that's how they damn near know you was finna rob him, because you done got convicted 5 times for robbery. Stupid, man. What's wrong with y'all? Gang. Even if that's not what happened, bro. For all we know, because, I mean, they sure they got video, so I'm sure if they saying this in the trial, they probably got video, so it's not even really worth talking about, for real.
Bell was given 30 years imprisonment, and it was established that the incident was triggered by Bell's attempt to rob Ford, who simply fired in his defense and was permitted to carry a gun.
But like folks just said in the video, the person he was permitted to have a gun. He had a license. So him defending himself with that gun, is nothing illegal about it. You got 7 robberies on your record, bro. You ain't supposed to have no gun. So even if you did come out on top, or even if you was the victim, quote unquote, in a situation, even if you was, you still ain't supposed to have this gun, and he's supposed to. So you gonna get chopped up every time. It's gonna be bad.
Know who that person is.
Ford, a star athlete and former Central High School student, was respected and loved by so many, including his former wrestling coach, teacher, and mentor.
Spent a lot of time with him.
Dominique Gilmer.
I showed him that I cared about him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to, do well." This is a goofy kid that wanted to do well.
Every year, you're losing loved ones to gun violence. He has committed it's disgusting, and for him to be still out walking I can't even fathom it right now. Yeah,
that's crazy though. Rest in peace to Dion Ford from them grade. That's loco. But we gotta learn from all these situations, man. And what I tell people, bro, especially people that live in the hood, I be telling them, it's like, you don't have to live in the hood, bro. Like, you can move out the hood. You can move to I'd rather you live in a cheap ass white suburban town for the same amount you paying in the hood, and you ain't got no ops over here. You ain't grow up with these niggas over here, so it's different. Like, versus you staying in the same hood for your whole life, going to the same stores, going to these hood stores, Like when I was in Chicago, me and my homies, bro, we used to drive all the way to goddamn Orland Park. We used to drive all the way to Naperville and shit, just to go bowling, just to go out to eat. We'll drive 40, 50 minutes just to go out to eat, so we ain't got to go in the city, because we know we got shit going on. We know we just got blicked at all weekend. You feel me? It's summertime. We got blicked at Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But fuck, they trying to tear our ass up. You know what I'm saying? And we know, like, me and my niggas ain't never want to be in the streets. For now. So it's like, we was only in the streets protecting ourselves. We wasn't no street niggas. We was just protecting ourselves. It's a difference. So it's like, anyway, we used to drive 45 minutes because we been getting shot at Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They coming through, blicking up every other day. We like, man, no, we not standing outside there no more. We gonna go to Aurora. We gonna go to bowling out there, and then when we done bowling, we gonna go to the parking lot in the suburbs, the nice, white, safe suburbs. We gonna go to the parking lot over there and smoke a little something, drink a little something, like we would on the block. You know what I'm saying, though? But we not on the block, though, so niggas ain't coming blick. Like, you kind of get what I'm saying? So, like, I know it might be hard and inconvenient, but if you are living in the hood, try to do everything that you do outside the hood, even if you got to drive 20, 30 minutes. Drive that 20, 30 minutes and go grocery shopping. Drive that 20, 30 minutes and go to the gas station. Drive that 20, 30 minutes. The only thing you should be doing in the hood is coming home and leaving type shit. Don't go to work at the Foot Locker in the hood. Go to work at the Foot Locker downtown. Go to work at the Foot Locker on the good side of town. You feel me? Just think like that when you in the hood. You will avoid a lot of this shit. And don't go outside at nighttime. I don't give a damn what you doing. Like, spend an extra few dollars or the extra little time, like I said, to go 20 minutes away. If you just need some blunts, a lighter, go on Instacart, pay the little $5-6 delivery fee so you ain't got to leave your crib. That's how I used to move, type shit. And people, motherfuckers just call me scary, but I don't care. I survived. Ain't nothing ever happened. I'm scared. Yes, I'm scared to die. Are you? You're not? Fuck.